Good day, everyone. This is Seewing Yee, and today is going to be a very good subject as usual. And my headline is how to house hack a 2 to 4 units with a FHA and or a VA loan. Before I begin, please, if you see any value on this video presentation, please smash the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also subscribe to my email newsletter below on my website so you can receive a free weekly turnkey real estate investor newsletter as well. Without further ado, let me share my screen and let's get the show rolling. This is very exciting. A lot of people are not aware these kind of opportunities are available. House hack 2 to 4 units, a duplex, triplex, or fourplex as an owner-occupied buyer with 3.5% down FHA for anybody out there who qualifies. And also, if you are ex-military veteran like myself, you can qualify with 0% VA loan. As a primary home buyer, you can purchase 2 to 4 units. So without further ado, let's do a very deep dive into this amazing, mind-boggling, transforming wealth building strategies that, again, very few people out there in the world, in the US, understand this strategy. And I have done it myself with the VA loan. I have purchased homes throughout the past 30 years, purchased a number of VA loans with 0% down. And I also have done house hacking. By the way, I'm 20 years retired military service, US Army. I have retired 20 years ago. And since I have retired, I have opened up my real estate investment company, and we service real estate investors nationwide to buy artistic turnkey investment properties for many years now in affordable cash flow markets. Today, we can talk about house hacking and how you can do, even if you do one transaction. Okay, listen to this. Even if you do one deal, one transaction with the house hacking scenarios that I'm teaching you, you are more than set for life, because especially when you house hack successfully a fourplex as a owner-occupied buyer, using FHA to 3.5% down or VA loan 0% down, you're set. As long as you buy and hold forever and you allow this 4-door, potentially maximum 4-door multi-unit fourplex to achieve systematic long-term growth for years to come. All right. This is truly very exciting. I wish I learned this a long time ago, but I did it accidentally, by the way, doing all these kind of strategies. So I can help you do this. By the way, I also do one-on-one consulting for those of you that are highly motivated, that need a mentor to help you achieve these kind of strategies, which I'm about to talk about with you. You can buy 2 to 4 units using a 3.5% down FHA loan, or you can purchase a 2 to 4 units using a 0% down VA loan, regardless where you live. It does not matter. Whoever you're listening to, by the way, please comment below to let me know where are you watching this video from, and what part of the country, what city, and what is your situation. I would love to hear from you, and we'll go from there. All right. And here we go. So, it's all about what's your goal, right? Do you want to be a landlord? Can you deal with all the headaches? Are you willing to do the work? Are you committed, disciplined, with all the efforts and dedication that are required to do these kind of deals? And above all, kind of qualification, can you qualify for the house that you're buying 1 to 4 units? So where you live, it's important, because the numbers may not work for you if you live in a high cost area, which is very hard to do this. But personally, I live in San Francisco Bay Area for the past 30 years. Just so you know, although I am not married to any one location, I have investment properties all across the US and so forth. So regardless of where you live, again, in 50 states, including Hawaii, I'm not sure about Puerto Rico. You can do house hacking. Every location is different. The houses or the price ranges of houses are obviously very different from one location to another. All right. Of course, when you do any kind of house hacking, of course, do not commit no fraud. You have to have the the intention of buying as a primary home using an FHA or a VA loan, if you are a military veteran, yeah, you cannot commit no fraud. I'll teach you all the legal, ethical things, and it's up to you to have the necessary mindset and the attributes of a person that can commit to do these kind of things. So again, if you achieve successfully in doing a house hack to the 4 unit, you must have the intention legally of living in one of the units. You have to live in one unit, and you can rent out the other units. So the rents from the other units can hopefully pay off the mortgage that you're paying to purchase this multi-unit property. Does that make sense? So ultimately, you can become a serial house hacker. Now, how cool is that? How about in the next 10 to 20 years or more, you have the ability to buy multiple 2 to 4 units doing house hacking, as long as you can properly explain why you need to move from one place to another to do the house hacking. You have to explain it in a legitimate way to the lender, to the FHA or the VA lender, and you have to prove it. You have to prove that why are you moving up to a upgraded house to continue with your house hacking. You can't do anything. Everything got to be above board. Everything is fully documented, because lenders out there, they do check on you. Again, do not commit loan fraud. All right. So with that said, you can become a serial house hacker, which is amazing. I wish I could have learned this a long time ago. It's okay. I still do very well. But you need to quantify. So you would continue to do house hacking over time. You could only have one FHA or VA loans at a time. In order to achieve that, if you have an existing FHA loan on the property or existing VA loan on the property, ideally, you need to ultimately, before you can do another house hack, you need to have the ability to have an 80% loan to value, preferably lower, in order to justify to refinance from an FHA or a VA loan into a conventional loan. Get that out of the way, wipe out the FHA and VA loan from the previous transaction. Then you can start on over, if you will, to do the serial house hacking, if that's what you desire. Does that make sense? If it does not, please comment below about your questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer when I get a chance. Does it make sense? All right. And then you have to live at your unit minimum of 1 year. Minimum of 1 year. You cannot flip the house. You cannot do anything less than 1 year. The only exception are if your job require you to move to another location out of state or out of the city, then you can show that letter of explanation to the lender. Then you may be able to buy another duplex or fourplex with the applicable FHA or VA loan. One more thing, of course, again, for the VA loans, you have to be an active duty member currently or an ex-military veteran that qualifies for the VA loan. Okay. So when I say FHA or VA, if you qualify under these circumstances, then you qualify. FHA, by the way, you could be anybody. You could be any person buying it, as long as it's a primary home. Okay. And with it, you can do a 3.5% down. Am I being pretty clear? All right. So you can do a house hack 2 to 4 units almost every year indefinitely, if you're in a right market. Okay. The number has to work. As I made a mention this before, you can have multiple FHA and VA loans or VA loans over time, but you can only have one FHA or one VA loan at any given time. Now, I'm giving you a very high level example of a fourplex. It could be anywhere. Like I said, you can do a house hack 2 to 4 unit anywhere in the country, in any 50 states. But no, you have to understand that in certain market, in certain areas, in a particular neighborhood, which you desire to house hack, wherever you are located. Oh, by the way, comment below where are you located and can you qualify? Can you do this? And I'll be more than happy to answer to your comments below on this video. But I'm just simply using this example of a $1 million house this is a real house situation, by the way. It's located in Central Texas. Okay. Anyway, by the way, if you were at a primary, let me give you a scenario. This house, I'm using this house as an example. Let's run through the numbers. But this fourplex cost $1 million. As an investor, if you're going to buy this fourplex, if you qualify, you need at least 25% down payment, minimum down payment, in order to buy this fourplex, because a fourplex is by definition, it is an investment property where your intention is to rent out to all the units to hopefully achieve cash flow, right? At least 25% down payment. So if you can buy this as an investor, 25% multiplied by 1 million, you need about at least $250,000 down payment, plus closing costs, another 10, 15 grand, plus a few other incidentals. So you need like almost $300,000 cash to finance this particular fourplex as an investment property. And here you are, potentially you're learning how to buy with an FHA loan with 3.5% down payment. The 3.5% multiplied by 1 million, you're like a little bit more than $35,000 out of pocket, plus some additional closing costs, right? Okay, let's say 40,000. That's all you need. So if you qualify with a VA loan, if you're active duty right now, if you are a military veteran like myself, 0% down, nothing out of pocket to buy this $1 million fourplex with 0% down. Otherwise, you have to pay almost $300,000 down payment. Think about this for a moment. Just take a step back and just digest what I just told you. This is mind-boggling, all right? And very much doable. Again, it all depends on your situation. So briefly, I'm not going to go through all these crunching numbers, but I'm just going to share with you, this is a fourplex, whether you qualify for the VA loan, FHA loan, 3.5% as a primary buyer, getting the most favorable mortgage rate. So you know the mortgage rate on an FHA loan and or a VA loan is lower than the typical conventional loans for owner-occupied buyers. In this case, as of today, 26 March 2023, the VA loan rate is around 5.7%. 30-year fixed rate mortgage on an FHA loan, 3.5% payment. The mortgage rate is very similar. It's under 6%, whereby a conventional Fannie Mae lending for owner-occupied is around right now, as of today, is around 6.38% 30-year fixed rate mortgage. And by the way, your FHA 3.5% down, the only additional caveat is that you have to pay the monthly PMI, private mortgage insurance. And even that is not that high anymore because that premium has been lowered. Exactly how much, I do not know at this moment. I'm not going to walk into that because I have other important things I need to cover for this particular presentation. So $1 million home, so you're going to occupy this unit for at least 1 year. So your unit that you're living in here for the first year is vacant. You're not collecting any rent. So therefore, the projection is each unit of this fourplex is collecting $2,000 monthly gross rent per unit. So the 3 units that are occupied, 3 units of this fourplex get $2 grand each per month. So equals $6,000 monthly rent. So if you can, so this $6,000 of gross monthly, you can be used, or at least 75% of it, of the 6,000. That's how the lender does it. Doesn't matter. Is it FHA or VA to qualify for the mortgage. I'll crunch the numbers shortly. But at the end of the day, that's what's happening. So in this particular case, so this $6 grand of monthly rent multiplied by 75% ratio that the lender uses, which is around $4,500. This $4,500 monthly rent will add on to your regular income, how much you make to qualify for this $1 million house. By the way, if you're going to buy this $1 million single family home and it's not a duplex or fourplex, and this is your primary home purchase, if you will, you will need, I'll go with that. I'm getting ahead of myself. You need a lot more salary, annual salary or monthly income to buy this. I'll go over that. Okay. So the number makes sense. You understand these monthly debt service, your taxes, insurance, whatever is all indicated here. All right. So this is the ideal fourplex. It could be any of you. If you live in Midwest, by the way, if you live in the Midwest, a fourplex, depending on what location in the Midwest, can only cost like 400 grand or 600,000. Or even less sometimes. If you have decent income, you can easily qualify to house hack a duplex. A duplex in a Midwest area could cost as little as 100 grand. So they're almost like a no-brainer. Okay. So Midwest is typically, historically speaking, the housing prices in this region are very low, relatively speaking. But if you can buy a fourplex in San Francisco Bay Area, where I live, a fourplex could potentially cost 2 or 3 million. So a house hacking may not work in California, for that matter, not just in the Bay Area, because housing cost here is the highest in the country. So, and I know, because I lived here for more than 30 years already. Wow, time flies. But if you're going to buy this fourplex, rank ideally somewhere in Texas or Florida, that's my personal favorite. You can buy a brand new fourplex for $1 million and have good rental price ratio. Hey, if you're lucky enough to be in an active duty station somewhere in the South and Southeast, Florida, Texas, North Carolina, high growth area where the home prices are quite low. Then if you're a military veteran, you happen to live in the South and Southeast, you have the ability to really house hack in a very nice house, building, commercial, multi-unit in a great location, very fast growing. So the South and Southeast happens to be the fastest growing region in the country for the foreseeable future. All right, so let's get back to this pro forma. All right, so you're clear about this pro forma. All the numbers make sense. By the way, I know you only collecting rent for 3 units, but once and if you vacate this house after a year or longer, then you could rent out the 1 vacant unit for additional $2,000. So you have $8,000, hopefully, of monthly rent to support your house mortgage and debt obligations, and you're on your way to become wealthy as long as you buy in the whole long term. Do not sell any of your property, whether you're house hacking or not. All right. All right. So let's go over the calculation. Okay. Here's the beauty of it. Okay. I don't want to bombard you of this numerical mumbo jumbo, but if I am, hey, at least you can pause the video once you review this again and digest the numbers yourself. And of course, the most important thing, just like anything else, is surround yourself with a good team. Make sure you, if necessary, find yourself a good mentor, good real estate coach to help you maneuver all aspects of the house hacking purchase. Of course, find yourself a very good loan agent to understand house hacking, to understand your goals and understand how to crunch the numbers. Make sure the house you're trying to buy makes sense. So suffice to say, you got to surround yourself with a very good team. All right. So here's a very precise calculation. I know this is hard for you, but look at the mortgage, principal and interest, the tax, the monthly tax and insurance. In this example of this fourplex, $1 million, your PRTI, your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance is $7,700 and times a multiple of 2, which is 50% debt to income ratio. Debt to income ratio is the maximum DTI you can qualify for this mortgage, assuming you have no other car loans and consumer debt owing on your credit report. That's the max. So if that's the case, if you were to buy a principal home without FHA, without house hacking scenario, without a VA, to buy a single family home at $1 million, right? Since this is the PITI multiplied by 2, ordinarily you need a monthly income of more than $15,000 times 12 months. You need a minimum annual income salary of, before deductions from your W-2 paycheck, of approximately $186,000 to buy this single family home of $1 million as a primary home buyer. Does it make sense? That's what you need without house hacking. However, you're smart. you watch this video, you digest my video, and you qualify for the FHA or VA loan, like I said, with a minimal down payment. You use the same PITI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, so 7767, because the lender will only qualify you to 75% of the 3 remaining unit of rents, which is 6,000, as I said earlier. 6,000 multiplied by 75%, which is 4,500. So the lender will give you additional $4,500, okay, to qualify above and beyond whatever your W-2 salary. Okay, so with that said, the $4,500 equals your PITI of 7767 minus 4,500. Okay, equals 3,267. Multiplied by 2, which is your maximum DTI, hopefully 50%. So your minimal monthly income to qualify to house hack a fourplex with 3.5% down payment or VA loan 0% down is 6,534. Monthly gross income you'll qualify times 12 months equals minimal of $78,000 of annual salary. This is the benefit and value add associated with house hacking, according to the lender. By the way, I have discussed this numerical scenario with my loan agent, Mr. Richard Advani. So I know this is not 100% precise, but this is a high level mathematical calculation, which one must do. Okay. So these are pros and cons of house hacking, whole bunch of pros, obviously. So at the end of the day, your house hack a fourplex, all you need is a minimum of $78,000 of annual salary to qualify to get this loan, as opposed to on a fourplex, as opposed to $1 million single family home, which you need 186 to qualify. All right, no brainer. So, no loan limitation associated with a VA loan. As long as you qualify, whatever your income is, if the income is $400,000 annual salary, who knows? If you want to do a VA loan fourplex, you can qualify to buy $2 million fourplex, as long as the numbers make sense. Does it make sense? So FHA maximum loan qualification is, I think, don't quote me, is around a little bit more than $900,000 up to a 4 unit. Unless you're in a high cost area, like where I live in San Francisco Bay Area, which is can be the loan limit for FHA for 4 unit in high cost areas around $2 million. Furthermore, a lot of people do not tell you, but even though you buy a duplex, triplex, or fourplex on a house hacking with an FHA and VA or VA loan, and you buy it as a primary home, getting the primary home lending attractive rates as opposed to investor loan rate. Investor loan rate is higher than owner-occupied loan rate, just so you know. But if you own a 2, 3, 4 unit property, you may claim a lot of tax write-off for your multi-unit, just like any other tax write-off you can obtain associated with owning a rental property. Furthermore, you can really get a lot more tax deduction when you apply the cost segregation strategies. And then, of course, you get the standard annual depreciation paper loss associated with owning a rental property. Obviously, consult with your tax advisor. I'm not giving you, this is just a high level YouTube video explanation, right? At the end of the day, so your multi-unit is, as far as the IRS is concerned, is considered an investment property, although clearly your intention was to buy this 2 to 4 unit as a primary home buyer. Okay? Oh, wow. By the time when it's time to leave, whether after 1 year or after more than 1 year, the unit that you've been occupying will be used as a rental. So you can fully lease your 4 units for the foreseeable future while you're doing some other things. So you can have more positive cash flow on your property. At the end of the day, invest for the long term. All right. So I'm not going to go over the power of owning any kind of property, but these kind of things nobody tell you these kind of things, right? So when you own rental property through house hacking or through pure investment property purchases, you have afforded yourself the victory's most proven and most attractive multi-dimensional real estate asset class. You're getting paid 4 different ways: cash flow, passive income, tax benefits, appreciation potential long term, and you leverage this VA loan or FHA loan with a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. Your mortgage does not go up because inflation and purchasing power will continue to go up for years to come, but not your fixed mortgage payment. So it's a powerful leveraging situation you are for yourself. Again, I'm not going to go through too much of this kind of things. Furthermore, a rental property is such a unique, powerful vehicle. Over time, if your 4 units, you can convert it into you can rent bedroom by bedroom on a Airbnb or short-term rental, or you can add an additional dwelling unit, ADU, in the backyard. You can rehab your house, provide value add. You could convert your home into a mid-term rental. So a lot of different ways you could recharacterize your property. You can convert it into a vacation home. You could, and when you achieve equity over time, you can cash out refinance your property, tax-free cash out refinance, and buy more properties. You can sell this property in the future and do a 1031 tax-deferred exchange and not pay taxes on the capital gain, as long as you will buy a replacement property. So that's a little bit more complicated. Okay, so many strategies. I'm not going to go through anymore. I think that pretty much concludes my presentation. So what's the takeaway? The takeaway is, if you have the motivation and the dedication and the commitment to achieve, by the way, you can own rental properties currently and still qualify to house hack as long as you do it as a primary home. Right? If you have another primary home, you can convert the other primary home into a rental. But by law, if you were to house hack a duplex or fourplex, this will be a primary home. So you have to juggle your portfolio accordingly. At the end of the day, this is a strategy. Imagine you have such a low down payment or no down payment, and you can get yourself a 2 to 4 unit right off the bat. You have a 2 to 4 doors. By one purchase, if you do nothing else for the next 30 years and keep this fourplex forever, you can receive massive cash flow. You know why? I just told you, a rental property, duplex, fourplex, whatever, any kind of income property, there are 4 ways you make money. Over time, let me review again. Over time, your rent will increase. Inflation. So you can have an increased cash flow on a consistent basis over time. And then all your renters, all the tenants, they're paying, they can pay down your loan. They can pay down your mortgage. And then over time, you can achieve equity appreciation. You invest any kind of real estate, long-term, you can make money. Appreciation, long-term appreciation potential, and tax benefits. So owning an income property is a multi-dimensional asset class in multiple ways, more than you can ever imagine. Right? So powerful scenario. Anyway, I come down to this, and the takeaway once again is, if you have the commitment, if you have the proper education, the proper motivation, dedication to do this, it takes a lot of work. Oh, by the way, you need to surround yourself with a team. You could hire professional property managers to do everything for you. So it's not that much work. Okay. Surround yourself with a team, hire yourself a mentor or a coach. Myself, I do one-on-one coaching and consulting. I've been doing it for many years. So the takeaway is, this is one of many ways for any person out there that could do this. House hacking yourself to generational wealth. Invest for the long term. With that said, like I said earlier, if you receive any kind of value on this presentation, please smash the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel so I can educate more people, and the YouTube algorithm will enhance my videos so more people can attend in the future. And comment below where you're watching this video from, and share with me your unique situation. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions on your comments. And of course, Also, visit my website below the link, and then drop your email into the form to subscribe to our weekly turnkey real estate investor newsletter. Once you join the network, you'll receive weekly market updates, investment opportunities, real estate education, and interview with top industry leaders straight to your inbox that you won't find anywhere else. So we help investors to invest out of state. This is our specialty, and we connect you with the experienced real estate agents and experts in the hottest markets throughout the country, regardless of where you live. Helping you invest profitably, cash flow properties is what we do best. This is Seewing Yee. Thank you for listening. I will see you on the next video. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.